is what I think is my best tip. If you are on our mailing list, and if you're not, why not? Just go to geeksontour.com and click on newsletter. Mm-hmm. You should have seen this list of times. So we are delivering this live YouTube web streaming at 2 p.m. Florida time. I could just make one click and get this list that 2 p.m. Florida time is 11 a.m. Los Angeles, 12 Boise, 11 a.m. Phoenix. Now, why did I have Boise and Phoenix? Aren't they in the same time zone?
Yes, they are, but they're in different states.
And Arizona, the state where Phoenix is, does not observe daylight savings. Now, how is it possible for us in scheduling and telling people what time to tune in? How are we able to figure all that out? You can't. Google Calendar. Google, because you don't know all the rules for different states. I only learned today or yesterday, because of preparing for this show, that Hawaii also does not observe daylight savings time. So how I did this is with Google Calendar. Google Calendar has an option called World Clock, and I'm going to show you how it works. Here is my Google Calendar, and notice over at the left here is what is called the World Clock. It has Phoenix time, it has Denver time, it has Chicago time. There's the Boise time. Now, it's saying Phoenix is 11:15. What's that talking about? That's talking about the time right now. It is 2:15 here in Florida. It's telling me that it is 12:15 in Denver, 7:15 in Germany, etc. But what if I want to know what time it will be in all these places for our next What Does This Button Do show? Well, I find our next What Does This Button Do show. There's our next one, 24, March 24. If I click on that, notice how all the times in the world clock have changed. I am saying right here, we have a button show scheduled for 2 p.m. on March 24. The time, the world clock is showing me that will be 6 p.m. in the UK. Wait a minute. I always believed that there was 5 hours difference between here and London, the UK. Well, that's because Europe does not change into daylight savings until a couple weeks later. So if I go to April and click on a 2 p.m. button show, it shows me that the United Kingdom is at 7 p.m. Is that smart or what? Yes, your smartphone, your computer is smarter than you. So use it. So how do you set up this world clock? Google Calendar. This is Google Calendar. Other calendars might have this. I don't know. But Google Calendar is what I use. You go into Settings and Settings. The Settings is the gear, and then you click on Settings and scroll down a little bit, and there is World Clock right there. Make sure that it's checked on. You want to show the world clock. Then you can add the time zones. And I want to add a time zone for San Francisco. Now, here is one thing I sure wish they would do. There is no search here. Why Google doesn't give us a search to look for San Francisco? Well, and maybe they don't even have San Francisco, but they have Pacific time, Los Angeles. I do know that that is the same. So I'm going to add that to my world clock. I'm also going to add Honolulu. Once again, I cannot search for Honolulu. I have to find, and it's going the other way, I have to find Hawaiian Islands, and as I have learned, Hawaiian Islands do not go to daylight savings, so it is this standard time. And I want London, so I add another time zone, and I just have to understand that I'm going around the world here. And London would be GMT, that's Greenwich Mean Time 0. So I'll just choose Greenwich Mean Time 0. I know that that is London. And the last one, I'm going to do India. My Google Photos group is mostly based in Hyderabad, India. And I have learned that India has only one time zone for the whole country. So I don't have to find I must have gone past it. See, this is a pain. Why, Google, why don't you have a search here? Other calendars have a search in this place. India Standard Time. And
Sorry, I don't understand.
Notice that it's 5 hours and 30 minutes. That's weird. I don't know why it's 5 hours and 30 minutes, most everything else. So now that I've done those settings, there is no save settings. I arrow back over. And now on the left-hand side of Alan's calendar, he has the 4 time zones that I specified. And if I click on this 6 p.m. dinner at Elks, I will see what 6 p.m. on the 27th is in the 4 time zones. It's 3 o'clock Los Angeles, 12 o'clock Honolulu, 10 p.m. in London, GMT, and 3:30 a.m. in India time. So then, how did I actually get that list? I just took a screenshot. I just screen grabbed that area of my calendar to show what time our show would be for every other time zone. Once you have it set up, it is just so easy. Anytime you want to know what time is a particular appointment in any other time zone that you pay attention to, just go to Google Calendar.